You're listening to The Marketing Reality, real-life marketing insight with Australian business owners. Proudly brought to you by Holly Martin of Just Holly.
Welcome and thanks for joining us. I'm Holly Martin of Just Holly, strategies for you to take control of your marketing. The Marketing Reality interviews are all about providing insight into the types of marketing activities that are actually working for Australian businesses. Today we are joined by Zachary Rook, the Director of Your Local Movers. He's had quite a journey from professional breakdancer to successful business owner. Welcome, Zach. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Holly. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, no worries. And look, I did some reading on your journey to starting your business, and there's far too much detail to go into it today, but suffice it to say, it got my interest.
Yeah, it's a funny story.
Yeah. So
My favourite line is skinny white guys breakdancing. It's whatever because I'm 6'1", not that you can tell, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah, you could be fibbing about that height on camera.
And I get that all the time.
Let's begin with, what solution do you provide for your customers?
So we're an end-to-end commercial and residential moving business. So we do everything from pre-planning, which is really critical, particularly in a business context, but a residential context as well, to pre-packing, moving complicated stuff. So we've developed some machinery and stuff to move some of the stuff we've had to move for commercial clients, and then unpacking and rearranging. And that's putting your thing into a house, making your beds, or putting your stock back in shelves for a home. And we also do storage and obviously pack materials and things as a side to that.
Okay, so the whole shebang.
Yeah.
So what do you think? So what's your point of difference in that space? Because I guess it'd be a bit competitive.
Hugely competitive. In Southeast Queensland, where we are, there's about 500 odd. If you include subcontractors, there's about 500 people. So our big difference is that we believe that we shouldn't send someone to your home or office that we wouldn't send to our grandmother's house. We call it the grandmother test. Makes sense.
I love it. Yeah, I saw it on one of your videos. I thought it was fantastic.
Well, and it's accumulation of, we do a whole lot of things. We do repair guarantees and background checks on the guys and all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, it's the people in your home or your office that are making the difference.
Yep, you got it. Okay, let's jump in. So what is the number one most successful marketing activity you've undertaken?
So the best thing that we've done over the last 10 years consistently has been really long tail search terms. We've picked up some of our best clients residentially and commercially from some of the really long tail stuff we've done. One of the things that we come up for a lot is moving pot plants, as an easy example. And we get regular inquiry on that. And we moved all of Westfield's, all the new centres in Queensland. We've done those and pot plants in those centres to just mums and dads wanting to know that their price plants are going to be moved. So that's a really easy example of something that's quirky that we didn't, it's not a huge amount of traffic for, but it's a good client. So
and I guess I'll just explain for people who don't know that long tail keywords are, I guess, when you've got 3 or 4 words to form a phrase that get very specific to what your product or service is, which is exactly what you were just saying there, like really finding detailed niches to focus on, and also just having, I guess, even the long tail of what location you are and the service you provide and things like that.
Exactly right.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So that's been number one, the most successful thing?
That's been the best, yeah. There's been other things. We've done some direct mail stuff that's been quite effective, which I didn't think would be at first. Obviously,
so that's your number 2 most successful, you think?
Currently, yeah. And we do a few quirky things around it, and we play with it and make it different. We sent out a dog wrapped in bubble wrap a few times that gets people's attention. It's about fitting in people's heads in a safe enough way that they're going to trust you, but in a weird enough way that they remember you, right? So pug dog wrapped in bubble wrap works well. There's a few things like that. Yeah.
So when you say direct mail, at this stage, it's the print side of things that you focus on?
Yeah. So we get addresses for homes moving. It's no big industry secret how we get the addresses, and it's from realestate.com or it's similar websites. But what we do with them and how we get them as well and how quickly we get them is the manage. So
Okay, fantastic. And then to look at the slightly negative side of things, what marketing activity hasn't been as successful?
I always tell people that my marketing degree is paid for about 10 times over in the things that haven't made money. A few years ago, probably 6 or 7 years ago now, I spent 60 grand on radio and got 1 lead.
One lead.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I don't think I've heard of a bigger cost per lead before.
yeah, but particularly not for I think it was $1,000 move, which
Yeah.
ouch. So that's probably our biggest pain point. Consistently though, AdWords in our industry highly competitive. A lot of our competition don't understand or don't pay. Everyone's got dodgy competition somewhere, but
Oh,
unregulated
totally.
industry. So we get a lot of companies that charge less than what our actual cost of wages is on Sundays, for example. So they're obviously not, and they'll beat us on AdWords sometimes. So we spend a couple $100,000 a year on AdWords, which is, it's a bit like a drug. Once you're hooked, you can't stop because you need the consistent work from it. But
Yeah. So I guess that's probably what led you to your most successful activity in terms of the
so,
long tail. Yeah. So I guess there's good things that come out of bad.
yeah, absolutely, and
Yeah.
it's one of those things. Trialing lots and lots of stuff to find what sticks, and what sticks at a certain time might not be what sticks at another time. We're very cyclic in our industry. November to January is a really really busy period, and then you've got other periods that are just really drop off. Like May and April are usually really quiet. So what works then won't necessarily work in November, for example.
And I think you've highlighted a good point there, which is you have to test things, but you have
Yeah.
to go back and test it again. You can't just do it
Yeah,
once.
yeah, absolutely, and do it again and do it again, and go. Oh, we tried it like this, but will it work like this? And so we've
Yeah.
done a lot of that, a
Yeah,
lot.
that definitely makes sense. All right, so where can people find you?
So our website, yourlocalmovers.com.au, and
Excellent.
it's if you search for us, we'll come up first.
Excellent. That's what you want to hear. Thanks so much for your time today, Zach.
Thanks, Holly.
Excellent.
With thanks to Paymo. Paymo is a modern project management app for small and medium businesses. Just click the link provided to learn more.
You've been listening to The Marketing Reality, proudly brought to you by Just Holly.